Greetings, folks. How do you do? Welcome to the John Morgan Shoe.
I'm Kurt Dillinger, the president of Life International, and we have had a delightful evening with John, and his whole presentation is uplifting and life-giving and strengthening for all of us, and it gives us hope for the future, for our country, more than that, for our faith in our Lord Jesus Christ. This has been absolutely perfect for us at Life International, and we highly recommend this man to join you for your evening or your event, wherever that might be. God bless you.
There are two sides to every single story, the passion and the glory, just trying to make it through the day. You know we're trying to come together, arm in arm and hand in hand, and with my brother I will fight to
Unify our land.
America, home of the brave, we stand strong
When we're willing to change.
and I will watch the feet of freedom and
Bow down on my knees.
praying for a healing, fighting for the freedom of my brother and me. And on the other hand, there are those who would undo us, unruly who would rule us and break us
All apart.
And
I will stand beside you.
and fight against injustice and lawless ones among us. Come on, let freedom ring. America, home of the brave. We stand strong when we're willing to change. And I will watch the feet of freedom and bow down on my knees, praying for a healing, fighting for the freedom of my brother and me. E pluribus unum, get your guitars and tune them, melody and harmony, let's make a little revelry. E pluribus unum, get your guitars and tune them, melody and harmony, let's make a little revelry.
Let's make a little revelry.
Pluribus unum, get your guitars and tune them,
Hey, folks.
melody and harmony, let's make a little revelry. Bring that guitar.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to the John Morgan Show. I'm your host, John Morgan. And I'll be there as soon as this guitar solo's over. Greetings, everybody. Welcome to the John Morgan Show. I'm your host, John Morgan. And I'll be there. One more chorus. Let's sing it together. America, home of the brave. We stand strong when we're willing to change. My Kentucky Fried friend, Johnny Miller.
Fighting for the freedom of my brother and me. Praying for a healing for my brother and me. Fighting for the freedom of my brother and me. America.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you. Welcome to the John Morgan Show. Hey, Kelly. It is good to see you. I appreciate you so much. Thanks for being here. Thanks for joining me today. It is an honor and a privilege to get a chance to hang out and spend a few minutes on a Monday afternoon before dinner. And I'd like to know what everybody's planning for dinner. As for me, I'm planning to have guests over. And actually, they're guests that are hosting Kathy and I because, well, my beautiful bride had a little procedure this morning, and she's not in any condition to cook. On her eyes. Yes, she just gave me permission to tell you. She pointed to her eyes. She gets a sty in her eye every now and then. And as a guy, I just trying to think of rhymes. And so they did a procedure. What was it called, honey? Bluffex or something like that. Anyway, what they do is they take this wire brush.
No, they don't.
They take this thing and
Like a Q-tip.
electrocute the underneath of your eyelid, right?
Not electrocute.
It
just cleans.
it clean is it.
Yeah.
It zizzes it.
It's like a Q-tip.
It's like an electrified rubber Q-tip,
Yeah.
she said. They wouldn't let me be in the room, and frankly, I was so glad. Kathy wanted me to be there to hold her hand. Oh yeah, I want to hold your hand. Actually, I did not to hold her hand because I did not want to see it. I wasn't looking forward to cringing like I would surely have done. Hey, Johnny, good to see you. Johnny Miller is the foremost Kentucky Fried Chicken Colonel Sanders in the world. I mean, to be with him is to be with Colonel Sanders. And we have had the chance to mess with folks together, and it's a whole lot of fun. He travels with his own chicken. Oh, it's so funny. I was just working on a bush gram today, Johnny, for a friend whose father is turning 70 in another country. And so they raise chickens, and they had their prize rooster is so anyway, so I was working on a script for that, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm sure he will not watch this episode, so I don't think I have to worry about giving away the surprise by mentioning the fact that I'm working on his bushgram. But bushgrams are a fun way to surprise a friend, a relative, a troop overseas, working in the military, defending our country, or an EMT. I am a huge fan of those who serve. I want to serve those who serve with encouragement. And that's one of the things that we're doing with the book War on Fear, is raising funds in order to give it away to people who serve our country. And I'm working with a great gentleman from Texas, the founder of Hope for Heroes out there. And it's very exciting. You can purchase a bushgram for somebody you love. A bushgram is a comedic, creative video for an anniversary, a birthday, any sort of occasion. This is a 70th birthday that I'm doing this one for, and it's just going to be a hoot. My motto on bushgrams is, hey, why send flowers when you can send a bush? That's so funny. And so if you're interested in purchasing a bushgram, just go to bushgrams.com. And when you get there, you'll have the option to select a Trumpgram if you prefer. I am also proficient as a Donald and W, working for you to create grams of humor. And they're so fantastic, folks. Nobody's ever seen anything. It's so great. So bushgrams.com. Just check it out, and be happy to bushy up a gram for you. Hey, I just got back from Dallas, Texas, where I attended the conference Promise Keepers at, I want to say Dallas Stadium, but it's actually AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. And the people in Arlington do not want it said that it's in Dallas, because they spent a lot of money to be able to get that stadium right there, and it's right next to Ranger Stadium. It's so awesome. There's a little area right there where they've got all these sports centers and a great entertainment complex, Lowe's Entertainment, and it's a fun place to be. And I must say, I give myself a hand as George W. for creating Ranger Stadium, a state-of-the-art baseball stadium that is so fantastic and wonderful to look at. And then, but Promise Keepers was kind of revitalized, and a whole lot of prayer, fasting, planning came into bringing together somewhere, I never heard the count, 40 to 50,000 men, some who brought their sons, and they had the privilege of Friday evening and Saturday, the majority of the day Saturday, to hear some of the greatest teachers in the world, to talk to them on commitment to Christ and living a godly life, being promise keepers. You know, we are men of integrity. We're called to be men who do what we say and do what's right. And Promise Keepers was a tremendous conference. There's nothing like hearing 40,000 guys all singing Amazing Grace together, or wonderful, wonderful worship songs, and committing together to be men of integrity, men who lay down their lives for their families, for their spouses, and for their cities, for their country. And I'll tell you, I was so honored to be there. It was a gathering of men who are world-class speakers, but humble of heart. And I had the best time. I went by myself, and so it was great to meet a bunch of new friends and make new acquaintances. And I gave away a bunch of copies of War on Fear to folks, and it was a tremendous, tremendous event. I found myself leveling up my commitment to integrity, my commitment to Christ, my commitment to making a difference. You know, we have one life. This is our life. We're living it right now. And each and every day, we can live intentionally for the glory of God, or we can live intentionally for the glory of ourselves. We can live haphazardly where we never even think about God. And if we do so, that day, at the end of the day, it's pretty much a waste. If we live for ourselves, it may be less than a waste. It may be a detriment to the embetterment of society. So I just want to encourage everybody, use this moment. If you're not all in for Christ, use this moment to go ahead and step across that line. It was so great being at AT&T Field because you're on the gridiron. I mean, we were right there on the field where the Dallas Cowboys play. My spot that I hung out was in the end zone, and it was just so much fun. When the time came for me to make a commitment, I actually stepped across the goal line as a live action demonstration of what was going on in my heart, committing to Christ, to level up my commitment, to be 100% all in, no holds barred, holding nothing back, putting it all on the line. And I use that kind of vernacular when I think about who I am and how I'm called to live, because I want to be a man who does his best for loving God and loving others. The two big commandments. You do those things, those two things, loving God and loving others, you're absolutely going to hear, well done, when you get to heaven. It's so easy. Loving God, loving others. If you do those two things, you're going to live a life that is maximized. for the glory of God. You are going to live a life that brings God pleasure and serves mankind. If you live to love, and you love with your life, and you lay down your life, folks, that's where the good stuff is. As I said on the Huckabee Show, it's so true. When you are a yielded vessel, God pours so much joy into you that you become the happiest man on earth. If you're a totally yielded vessel to Christ, you're going to be a happy person. No matter how hard you work, no matter how much you sacrifice, no matter how much you give. And I could be totally deceived. I could be thinking that I'm this way and only be 10% of the way to be being totally yielded. And God is taking me step by step, more and more into that life. But I'm having the time of my life doing it. It's so much fun. Kathy and I together as a team, as a couple, we love sharing our faith story, our faith journey, because it's not about us. Because we know where we would both be had God not intervened in our life, right, babe?
Yes.
We weren't anything pretty. We weren't anything you'd put on display before Christ came and intervened in our life. We were like this world's refuse, not refuge. We weren't refugees. We were refusees. Psalm 40 describes us pretty well. He drew us out of the muck and the mire, the miry clay, as one version says, the pit of despair. Don't even try to escape. And he set our feet upon a rock. He put a new song in our mouth, a hymn of praise to our God. And it's such a joy to be someone who calls others to that life. Potential spam, baby. Should I answer it? Okay. I always forget to put my phone on silent before I start the show. But that's okay. That was a person named Spam. Have you ever eaten Spam? It's not good. Who invented that stuff anyway? Well, I've held you up for far too long today. Have an awesome day. Hey, keep your eyes on Maricopa County. Maricopa in Arizona. You say they're counting up the vote to see if dead people vote in Maricopa. Yeah. Folks, it is so interesting to see what's going on in our country as different things are being uncovered, different things are being revealed, and we see some nefarious activity going on in our midst. Ladies and gentlemen, keep your eyes on the prize. This life is short. Live it like you mean it. God bless you, and God bless America.
Hey, I'm Warren Smith at the Trail Life USA National Conference, and I just want you to know that John Morgan was here with us, and he did such a fantastic job with the boys and their parents here. If you care about faith, family, and freedom, you need to have John Morgan at your next event. I promise you, he will wow the crowd and make you proud.
That was creative, wasn't it? Wow the crowd and make you proud.
Freedom's rolling out to you. Oh,
Let's roll.
Well, I'm the good news instigator.
Thanks, folks.
Conversator.
I appreciate you.
Freedom is rocking and rolling on out to you. White and blue.
Hey, thanks, friends, for tuning into the John Morgan Show. Humor, passion, and perspective. It is an honor to please you, to serve you, and let me encourage you to check out Bushgrams, bushgrams.com. Why send flowers when you can send a bush? Thanks, everybody. God bless you, and bye-bye.